What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Soulful Sunday. This is the inaugural show, kickoff. Man, I'm your man, 50 Grand, your nephew, your next of kin. It's your boy, Born a Champ, and I'm so grateful to have y'all with me on my first official show. Again, it's Soulful Sunday, so that means, we're going to speak from the heart, we're going to speak from the soul, and we're going to be candid. And I got plenty of topics for you today. We're going to have a great show ahead of us. One of the topics we're going to touch on is definitely, without question, the importance of self-love. I'm going to have multiple guests chime in throughout the show. So buckle up, get your seatbelts on, get ready for this ride. Let's go. So, first things first, as I said, we're going to talk about the importance of self-love. It is extremely, particularly more so than ever in this day and age, that a person has to know how to love oneself, and not vainly. Let me be clear about that when I say loving yourself. It doesn't mean being vain and whatnot, but it does mean of knowing how to respect oneself, how to carry oneself, and how you present yourself continuously from day to day. When you get up in the morning, you're the first person to see yourself the moment you enter into your bathroom. When you go in there and you're washing your face and you're brushing your teeth because you're getting ready to get your day started and all that type of stuff. You're combing your hair. When you look in that mirror, what do you see? What are you saying to yourself when you see yourself in the mirror? When you look in that mirror, are you engaged in yourself? Are you looking at yourself and you're smiling and you're like, man, today gonna be a good day. Today you gonna win the day. This is your day. You gonna win the day. Or the moment you see yourself in the mirror, you're looking away from it because you don't like what you see. It's important to know how to love oneself before you try to bring someone into the equation. So many times and oftentimes, what the love that we should have for ourselves, we're constantly looking for someone else to have that love for us and show us that love. But that often puts us in a position to where we're constantly being or becoming someone else's idea, someone else's ideology of what love is. We become what they want versus coming together and being on one accord and knowing how to love each other because we love one another. So I want to bring one of my guests on. Cool brother. He works with kids. He can cook a little bit. I watched him cook up, some tacos and some things last night. So he can cook a little bit. He can do a little bit in the kitchen. I'm going to give him his props. But I want to bring my man Keno Smith on. Let him talk to you. This brother is multi-talented. He can spit some bars. His poetry, his pen to paper game is definitely on point. But the brother has some wisdom too. He has some wisdom too. So I'm going to bring him on. Let him drop a few nuggets on y'all. Bro, what you think about that? How important is it to you for a person to love themselves?
First off, I want to say happy Sunday to y'all, and thank y'all so much for tuning in to my Soulful Brothers broadcast. It's a good topic, man, because I woke up today and I had that conversation with myself also. Just when you feel good, you do good. When you live right, you feel right. You know what I'm saying? So just being able to wake up in the morning, and first off, thank God for waking up, and also realizing that every day that you do wake up needs to be another step closer to the better you. You know what I'm saying? Amen. So before you can do anything, you got to acknowledge the first step, which is if you have an issue, what should you do to fix that issue? If you don't have an issue and you feel like your life is perfect, kudos to you. But everybody needs work on some aspect. So just be more open-minded, be more considerate, be more, dare I say, attentive to a lot of the actions that you do and how you carry yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like I said, if you're not a good person and you don't feel good about yourself, you can't do good for others. You know what I'm saying? And as a beacon of hope and happiness to a lot of those that I come across in my life, it feels good for me to feel good that I make people feel good if y'all can follow me. You know what I'm saying? I might not have jewels and gold, but I got a good soul. You know what I'm saying? That matters way more to me than anything else. But I also have to work on myself. You know what I'm saying? And I know that I have to work on myself. So I'm okay with looking in the mirror. You know, everybody gonna have moments where they look at themselves and feel a little disgusted. You know what I'm saying? But it's not about feeling disgusted that should catch your attention. It's the fact that you have room for improvement that should catch your attention. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's
I
what.
think that's extremely important. What you just said out there and what you just said. That there's always room for improvement. I think if we are honest with ourselves, and when I say that, I mean whether good, whether bad, right and wrong, knowing how to be honest with yourself and realizing like, hey, I have worth and I am valuable. And I definitely can bring something to the table. Whatever my childhood was like or wasn't like, regardless of who's still with me, who's not with me, I still have worth. Regardless if the relationship didn't work out, I still have worth. Regardless of the fact that if I'm a 2-time or 4-time divorcee, I still have worth.
And also understand, y'all. And also understand this: everybody ain't meant to be in your life permanently. A lot of people is trying to hold on to stages and steps in their life when they really need to be understanding everything happened for a reason. You know, some folks that you come across and you might get messed over, you might get screwed over. Some folks might make you feel like the gravity on Earth don't even exist. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if it didn't work, there was a reason why. Take trust in yourself and that discernment that my brother was talking about yesterday. I need for a lot of people discernment, mine's included. I'm not finna say that it's not, but my discernment needs to speak a lot louder than my heart does. If you get you know what I'm saying? If you get the drift, because a lot of us is letting our hearts guide us, but our minds is way behind. So we need to have that balance within mind, body, and soul to understand that there is a give and take in every situation.
You know, I got to piggyback
from that situation.
I got to piggyback off what you said earlier. And Born, no, I say this all the time. It is a privilege for you to be in my life, vice versa. If you're not benefiting me mental, spiritually, motivation, okay, and I'm not talking about your pockets. I make my own money. Okay, I'm talking about if I can call you in the wee hours. Matter of fact, you need to be on a higher level than me. You get what I'm saying?
For sure.
Some kind of way.
For sure.
It's a privilege.
That's good. It is.
My life ain't a revolving door, and you know what I'm saying?
Yes, dare I say to piggyback off what you just said?
I want to get a lady in on this, man, because us brothers can definitely touch on it. But I want to hear a woman's perspective, and so I'm gonna bring my homegirl Patrice. Just to give you a quick backdrop about her, she is from Florida, and she is a chef. She can whip it up in the kitchen, y'all. I ain't lying to you. I ain't gonna lie to you on here for you. You know, so I'm gonna bring her on. I know this is a very strong topic. I know she can go in on, but I'm gonna need her to hold it together. But drop them nuggets.
No, I actually, of what I heard so far, I actually agree with, especially what Joe was saying. Like, if it's a privilege to be in my life. If you can't uplift each other, what are you doing together? Like, honestly. If all you're doing is stressing me out, I got to worry about this, I got to worry about that, I can't hear you tell me I'm pretty every day, I can't hear nothing from you, why be together? What are we doing? We wasting each other's time. The motive is to be married. You don't get in a relationship just to get in a relationship. You get in a relationship to actually build something, to actually lead to marriage, to actually lead to having kids and all that. If that's not the goal, why are you together?
Okay, so you touching on you hitting on the next topic definitely. But I want to hear from you. How important is it for a person to know how to love themselves?
It's very important. That's the first step. Because if you can't love yourself, how the heck you gonna love somebody else?
Preach.
It'll drive you insane. It'll drive you really insane, especially if you can't love yourself. It'll drive you nuts. I'm trying to tell you. I've witnessed it. I know it myself. I witnessed it firsthand. My second heartache. I felt like I wasn't enough. Like I didn't do enough. I wasn't pretty enough. He can post this girl, that girl, this girl, but what about me? He can say this about this girl and that girl, but what about me? It was always, what about me? Try to lose weight, that wasn't enough. I really felt like I was just not enough. So I really had to take time for myself and actually think to myself, like, you are actually enough. Any man would be lucky to actually have you in their life. So why worried about this person who does not appreciate nothing that you have, that you're bringing into his life? For what?
See, that's what I was talking about. I told y'all she could touch on it. Now I told y'all she could touch on it.
I like that.
And it's imperative. You heard from my guest. You heard from my engineer, the man behind the scenes running the show. That was Joe, who spoke earlier. That spoke about it being a privilege. That you're basically in each other's life. And I think if we all looked at it like that and really had that mindset and that mentality of understanding that it is a privilege that I'm allowing you access to me and vice versa.
Come on now.
Because everybody should not be awarded that access.
Awarded.
Everybody should not be rewarded with that level of access to you. Like we say all the time, there's levels to this. Well, there's levels to my access.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Scripturally, the Bible says that you have the outer courts, the inner courts, and then the holies of holies. The holies of holies is that innermost part of when you in God's presence and it's just you and him. Well, everybody don't deserve to be in your holies of holies. Right. And what happens is when you allow everybody to have that same level of access, you end up putting yourself in a position to become confused, to become lost, and constantly compromising your own integrity.
Right. Absolutely right.
So, it is imperative. I'm grateful for my guests. Trust me, they ain't going nowhere. They're going to be around, and then we're going to bring some more guests in. We getting ready to take a quick commercial break, y'all. Again, this is the first inaugural Soulful Sunday podcast with your man 50 Grand, Born a Champ. Trust me, we got more of a hot show coming, so just stay tuned. Prepare yourselves again, buckle in. Let's go on this ride, y'all. Let's go.
Thank you for tuning in to Soulful Sunday. It was brought to you by the one and only DJ Joe Brown Productions. It's for you. Before I knew my name, I love rearranged. Just Ask Bear Podcast is brought to you by www.justbreathebox.com. Catch some scented jewelry to your door every month. Okay, beautiful and original scented jewelry and aromatherapy to create a happy vibe all day long. The ultimate subscription box that also includes a kick-ass mood uplifting products. Subscribe now to www.justbreathebox.com. That's justbreathebox.com. Right here on the Just Ask Bear podcast. Brought to you by DJJoeBrownProductions.com.